Hello, what's up? What's up? Yes, this is Sue Fortin Ramirez and welcome back to my channel. How are you over there? I hope you're doing good and doing fine. And this is the beginning. Why the beginning? Because this is the time that I can say that this is it. This is it. I will going to start a new cycle of my life. So this is the beginning. Before that, I will going to share to you my experience or a part of me of my past, which is being a helper in 15 years. That is different countries and different employers, different experiences and struggles of my life. But we need to survive it. So watch this. Just a summary of everything. My first experience being a helper is in Malaysia. I go to abroad. My main purpose is to help the family. Even though that I have a good job, just like a beautiful title like you're a purchaser in a one company, you're an encoder in a company, or yes, I've been experiencing being a programmer in trucking company, but the salary is not enough. We all know that the salary in the Philippines is very low, so it's not enough, especially in emergency. We need for hospitalization and for medicine that will going to encourage us to go abroad. And when I reached into Malaysia, my first experience is supposed to be you will be sent directly to your employer, but what happened is they send me to the parents' house, which has a 5 person. I spent 2 weeks first for them to help. After that, the main employer take me to their house. So when I reached there, the house is very big, up and down, but the first ground they make it for their business. It's just like a factory. They are making a knife, a long knife, or any sharp things. And I didn't expect that I have another helper also there, which is Indonesian. So she is nice, she is good to me also. She always help me if I cannot understand Mandarin, because that's the first time that I learned Mandarin. I learned in the Philippines Mandarin, but of course it's not enough the time. So and vice versa, my boss asked me, instead of learning Mandarin, they asked me to teach their children more in English. So my work fall into a tutor in English. I'm not good in English, but disclaimer, but I try my best to teach them. The Indonesian is the one mainly or a lot of household works, but because she's very nice and good to me, I have a vacant time, I help her and we're happy together. But during that time that Johor Bahru experience, because I'm not in Kuala Lumpur, I was assigned in Johor Bahru, which is 30 minutes by land. You can reach already in Singapore. There's a time that the Johor Bahru have a very big flood, and the water came into my waist already. I'm very afraid of that. Because of that, I resign and I go back to the Philippines. My second experience was in Taiwan since 2010 until 2013. That is 3 years, right? So I take our 2 kids, all girls, but I focus to the younger one. It's just because the younger one has a bit of problem, which is the gastritis disorder or GERD, GERD. So what's wrong is every time that she will going to eat, she will going to vomit every time. Even though that we were going to a beautiful restaurant, the food is very delicious, anywhere there's a lot of kids going to play with her, there's still she will going to vomit. So yes, the family have a medication on that. They every time they schedule for checkup, they did everything. Then the mother wants me to guide her daughter, the younger one, is just because she's worried about going to school, because if she will going to eat very slow, because one thing also that she got a problem is the younger one, she will going to eat one meal almost or over 1 hour. So of course, if you were going to school, you cannot do like that, right? So the mother requests to me to do any strategies or to do anything that she can cope up the time or just lesser the 1 hour in eating. So what I did is, of course, I asked the kid if what kind of food that she like, or I check the food, of course healthy. I check the food if this food cannot affect to her stomach, because she got a problem on that. So by that, sometimes I put a timer on the table or the sun timer, and then I was going to talk to her, and then I let her feel how excited, how happy to go to school. And the time is very important at school. So that's my work to Amanda in Taiwan. After 3 years, I decided to go home to the Philippines. They are very nice and a good family. Well, my third experience was in Hong Kong. I worked a lot of years in Hong Kong. I was going to summarize it. My first employer is she's working at a bank. Part of her work is being to travel into China, in Shanghai, Guangzhou, and in Taiwan. She got a 3 helper, and I am one of that. She chose me to become a travel assistant with her. It's just because my background is I came from the Taiwan. And of course, Taiwan speak Mandarin. Different in Hong Kong because Hong Kong speak Cantonese. Being a travel assistant is really nice to hear, but when you're on the field, my experience being a travel assistant of my boss is very tough, because if I'll be the assistant on that travel, I need to know everything from head to toe. You need to prepare, and including the book of her schedule of her work, which company she will going to talk, which client that she will going to talk on the timetable. You need to handle that one and remind her always. And beside that, of course, her personal needs, just like the clothing, makeups, and medicine. You need to take care of that and always remind of that. Every time that we were going to travel to Guangzhou or Shanghai or in Taiwan, she got a lot of luggages. And yes, you are the helper. You will be the one to carry all on that. You will be the one to settle on that on the plane. I experienced more luggages, 5 luggages. So I have my personal also, because we were going to spend in the area, which is at least 3 to 4 days or 5 days or 1 week. That's one experience that I have in my first employer. So go to second employer that I have, because I got sick on that time. I got a good salary from her, and then I like to travel also, but that time I got sick. I just got the contract and I go to another employer. Okay, let's proceed to my second employer in Hong Kong. Yes, of course, my application is a helper, yes, but my boss, my second employer, is an owner of a guest house and a hotel. They put me to the hotel being a cleaner. So from helper to a cleaner. And then when they discover that I can speak a bit of Japanese and other language, and I can speak Mandarin, they put me into the front desk. So still, of course, the contract is the contract, being a helper. So you just consider, you just accept it, because it's just a privilege for me. It's a nice. So I became a front desk of the hotel. And then when they discover that I know how to handle computer, they put me into the online marketing of their hotel. So that's the last experience that I have in my second employer. Now let's proceed to my third employer in Hong Kong, which I took 5 years experience. I stay 5 years with them. They are a good, very good family. They're so nice. My employer is very nice. The kids I can accompany, they are nice too. It's up to us how we were going to handle person to person, kids to kids. So it's depend to us. So the most experience that I have in this family is cooking. So every weekend of the family, because I work with the grandma, so every weekend they were going to have a get together. Every Saturday we were going to cook a lot of food. Yes, I did count 21 recipe. 21 recipe. Yeah. Later on they add on another one day to have a get together, so another dinner. So that is a Friday. So my busiest day in Hong Kong in 5 years is Friday and Saturday. Who experienced being a helper? Everybody. Well, going to say going abroad is very tough. In exchange of that, one thing that we will be happy is if we can have a savings every work that we have. So that's the one thing that I learned in working abroad. I save for my future, because when we grow older, yes, I am old already. I am already old. I am already in 40s. So of course, we cannot say that we will going to last being a helper. We have also a plan for our future. We have also a thought that our body cannot carry, or something. We're going to surrender already our body to work. A bit difficult for us to work. A big point is to save. Savings is very important. So I did that one, and then the time reached that I go vacation and I think a lot, and then I can say that this is it. This content, I hope many OFW out there get some ideas. What should we do during our sacrifices? What we are going to do? For me, is savings. So that's our update of my life in this video, and then the new cycle of my life. See you on my next upload. That's very exciting. I will going to share to you all about my ring and be mine. This is Sue 14 Reminiscing. See you again in my next vlog. Thank you. Bye bye.